Hello guys and welcome to another episode of The Letter. What's up? I'm having a great time, dude. I mean, I don't since this is so far in the future, it doesn't really won't talk about future stuff or present stuff as much, but I'm just saying, dude, tonight is a great day for Torontonian soccer. As TFC won after firing their coach and being on a massive losing streak against the best team in their um not division side. And then freaking the Yorkies won in the Canadian League. And that's the first time. And it's the top odds too. So it's like I'm just full of hype right now. So let's end the night off with the letter because I'm pretty sure a scare's coming up soon because we're in the freaking mansion, dude. And that's never it's never a good sign. So last time we kind of learned more about Hana, Marianne. We did got a look at the floor, or yeah, got a look at the floor plans. Some lore. Somebody died in Marianne's school thing, and like my theory is maybe Hana had something to do with it. Either that or Marianne. Because why else would they bring that up? I don't know, dude. And Loot lights daffodils. But yeah, we just finished like a heart-filled conversation with Hana, and now I guess we're just gonna be looking around, and it's all freaking creepy. So hopefully we're good. But yeah, let's just continue now. I look out the window from where she was standing, and I move on, alone with nothing but my thoughts and her.
Finally, some peace and quiet. Thought the old biddy would never leave.
What? It's utter madness, this hearing things. I reckon it's the stress, though I don't know what exactly I'm stressed about. If meeting Miss Wright was really throwing me for a loop, I'd be worried. If I'm developing some sort of psychosis or disorder, well, I'd call a doctor. But hopefully it isn't that, not right here and not right now. I mean, it could just be that personal talking cricket, the consciousness, so to speak, and I'm only noticing now, though if it is, it isn't very helpful. Pushing the dilemma of voices in my head aside, I go back to work. But I can barely make a few steps before everything tilts and shifts. Dude, we literally just stopped before a freaking scene, dude. Oh my god. I'm gonna do emergency quick time event placement. So hold on as I make adjustments. Should be good. I don't really stumble, but I feel like I'm being thrown off my feet and the rest of the world just follows. Though my feet stay firmly on the ground, and even if I stay mostly upright, I feel like I've been heaved and put off balance. God, please. Right away, I'm not prepared. I need some time to warm up. After I close my eyes in hopes of willing the sudden sense of vertigo away, but when I open them, oh my god. That's a lot of blood. Well, I don't feel any less sick because of the sight that greets me. Blood dripped from the walls and the ceiling, pooling downwards and seeping into the curtains and the carpet. A wave of nausea, stronger than the last, hits me along with the overpowering stench of blood and gore. I want to bolt. The rational part of my head is telling me to flee. And I would have gladly done as it asked if only I didn't see her.
In here, Marianne. Come on, I have something to show you.
It's not someone, it's freaking Kyoko. I could have ignored it. Would have ignored it if I only heard it in my head. But I swear that this time it's coming from one of the rooms. Much further into the study, dude. That's where the freaking she was chilling in the mirror for Anna. And I feel compelled to pay attention. I can't just turn around and leave. Not when it's her. I don't even think as I follow the sound of her voice. Please. I'm friendly! Oh my god. That story? Lorraine? Well, that's definitely not Hana. I'm interested. Does it say where Hana went to school in her thingy? Also possible. I like to do, you know, happy or neutral CGs as thumbnails unless like we have nothing or there's something really cool. Well, I was looking, yeah. What does it say about Hana? Bum, 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 bum. Guess it did say that she dated different men and women. Kind of forgot. It does not say her school, huh? Maybe I'm totally just wrong about that connection then. Because this is like her confirming that that's not Hana, because, you know, eye color. Also, high schooler Marianne. Cute. Cute. So, I mean, look at that heart hairpin. A banger. Lorraine. Lovely Amanda. Lorraine. Lasser Fiona. She was my friend, the only one I had met at St. Samthans. I was a scholar, the charity case, and the school for privileged and prestigious young girls. They all looked down at me, if they cared to look at me or acknowledge my presence at all. All except her.
Oh, stop your crying. You know better than to listen to Maeve.
That's like, why would Hana go to a freaking Irish school? Guess I didn't think that through. I thought it was in England, but...
Why I gotta teach that butterface a lesson?
Wait, no, lass! I don't want you getting into trouble with the sisters again!
Relax. It's not like I'm going to stomp her and her lackey's arses flat like last time.
Jesus.
Come on, let's just go back to our dorm room. I don't want to be on my Tobler while you go get yourself punished.
I don't even know what a toddler is.
You'll be fine. Gip's there with you.
Lorraine was there when I needed her through my highs and lows. Having her as a friend made being in a strange school, away from my father, all the more tolerable. She saw this poor, helpless girl who was kept down and shunned by everyone else, and being the kind soul she was, she rescued me. So brave, so beautiful. So now I'm guessing, since we're scrapping that whole Hana thing, I'm guessing Lorraine's the one who died then. She was something else.
I'll eat all the chocolates stashed away in your closet if you go.
I can get more. Just don't go complaining to me if you get a tummy ache because of that.
Well, you don't want to get detention on a weekend, do you? It's a Friday. We can go to town and have some karaoke. Ah, you're not going to miss
My
that
bad.
just because of Maeve, are you?
Is that a name? Sounded like Maeve. But it's like Medeva. Druids and demons. Happy? Happy version? Dude, you know. I don't know if they're gonna do it. She's gonna turn into freaking Kyoko in this CG. Look, it's blinking red. Are you kidding me? Sometimes I question what I did to deserve a friend like her. In the darkest corners of my mind, where traitorous thoughts lurked, I thought she only felt sorry for me. Maybe she was just being a good Samaritan, offering a helping hand. And perhaps I had been too selfish to return the favor.
You have a point. I'll just kick her arse on Monday then.
That's not what I mean!
I know what you mean,
Wait, where are you going? You just told me you wouldn't cause trouble.
I still have something to do. Don't worry, it's not like I'm going to burn down her dorm room or something criminal like that. I'm just going to talk to her.
She's gonna beat her ass.
Maybe I'll make it so that her room smells like a dog's air biscuit. That'll make it an excellent weekend. I'll see you in a bit, Marion. Lots of tumblers.
What the heck? Okay, sorry, they said it twice. I need to look what toddlers mean. Sorry to ruin the flow. Toddlers. No, not Cobbler's slang. Cobbler. Irish slang. Here we go. Cobbler, being by oneself. From Toblerone. I believe that's a chocolate, actually. Lots of soap. I don't know if that's what they mean, but there you go. Because when she told me that she loved me, I couldn't admit that I felt the same way. Not to her, and not even to myself. It was wrong. I thought that way. Husband and wife, one man. Oh, I was taught that way. Husband and wife, one man, one woman. And woman. Unclean, impure. I prayed for her and I, for our sins and for salvation. I wanted to apologize for disregarding her feelings so callously. It must have been like a slap to her face. But life had gotten in the way. Exams, which were trivial in hindsight, now took top priority. I had to keep my grades up to keep my scholarship for my father. I told myself I would apologize to her when those were over, that I needed to focus first and not let anything distract me. It had been easy when she avoided me like the plague. She was upset, I get that. No! Go back to happy. Go back to happy. I thought I had time to make things right, but she died.
At 7 in the morning, students found a 5th-year dead. Assumed to have fallen from her dormitory window.
Sounds like suicide too, not like a murder. They told us it was an accident, that was the official statement. But I knew better. She was dead because of me. Unless that's the twist. It was freaking Hana. No, I don't know. Serious, Aiden. I know it's serious. So this is actually good development for Marianne's story.
May have had a hook and I
No. You know Kyoto's gonna freaking come back, bro. I don't like it. But also, thumbnail potential. Maybe. Lots of good ones. How do you say that?
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Deb.
May have had a hook and I kicked the bucket, didn't she? May have had a hook and I kicked the bucket, didn't she?
It just sounds like Maid. Or Maeve.
May have had a hook and I kicked the bucket, didn't she?
What a weird pronunciation. No, nothing against any mevs in watching potentially, but it's new to me. She had, though she didn't say which Lorraine.
But at least Maeve had the courage to admit how she felt about me.
Oh man. I don't even know how long I've been stuck here in a trance. In the mirror, Lorraine smiles at me. She's as beautiful as I remember her. I need a quick save just in case a quick time event. Thank you, thank you. But then... Ah! Okay, it's not Kyoto, it's just a cursed Maeve. A lot less scary. So that did get me. I feel bile rise up in my throat as her clean image warps into how she looked when they found her dead, lying on the cold hard ground. Good Saint Diemphna, great wonder worker, in every affliction of mind and body, help me. Sorry, I'm only a believer in Saint Goretti. I'm seeing things, hearing things. Am I going completely insane? Looking everywhere but at her, I hope and pray that it's enough to will whatever this is to go away. It doesn't even immediately register in my head that I can just leave.
You, on the other hand, can't even look me in the eye.
You sound weird.
This isn't real.
I'm dead. Because of you. And you won't even look at me. Look at me.
Look at me! My breathing, sorry. My breathing quickens, and I can feel my heart being torn apart by her words.
I'm so sorry, Lorraine.
Look at me!
I can't take it because she's right, it was my fault. The least I can do is look what I've done. Lorraine, broken and bleeding, looks at me with such hate-filled eyes. An unnatural smile crosses her face and I can only see malice in it. She then lunges at the mirror. As the mirror ripples around her form, the glass is parting like the water's surface for her. Surprisingly, I didn't get spooked, but also great thumbnail. I'm not, just appreciate it for a little bit. Still looking kind of cute though. She grips my shoulders and I can feel her nails dig deep, sharp even though through the fabric of my clothes. Wait. Ah!
You're coming with me.
No! Okay, so apparently I've never lost a quick time event. Alright, dude. Okay, I'm ready. I'm not coming with you!
Why won't you love me?
Cause you're dead! Okay, well that makes me feel a lot better about quick time events. I thought if you just fail them, your character just dies. So, alright, I guess we can go back to a normal position. Thank you for touching me though. Hopefully you get some peace. Even though that's literally just Kyoko. Also, I know, intense spooky chat. Relationship up? Are you insane? Oh no, it's just because I died. Apologies spill through my lips as tears cloud my vision. But I won't give in to this madness. With every bit of strength I have left, I struggle to get away from her. That honestly, really relieves me, because I literally thought if you fail those, your character just dies. Fear grips and threatens to choke me. I endure, I escape. And without turning back, I stumble back out. Easy dodge. In my panic, I don't even care to look where I'm going. With one hand on the wall to steady me, I just hobble as fast as I can away from the study. Away from that mirror. Freedom is bittersweet. I'm free from the madness it seems, as running out into the hallway reveals it to be in pristine condition. But it means I've turned my back on Lorraine again. Honestly, right decision this time. Don't feel too bad for it. I have no plans of stopping, not until I know I'm safe. And if that means walking back to Luxembourg, as ridiculous as the idea is, so be it. Someone suddenly grabs hold of me, however. Lucas. Fingers digging deep in my shoulders and my heart nearly stops. My body seizes and I nearly scream.
Marianne,
Joke?
you look awful. I mean, not awful, but
Thanks, Hannah.
did something happen? Are you alright?
Yeah, your house is cursed.
This is right.
Oh my god. So many CGs. What is this? I don't ship it though. Stop trying. You're making me wanna. Without thinking, I sought comfort seeing that it wasn't her. It's a sudden impulsive thing to do, and had I been in a better condition, I wouldn't even dare of doing such a thing. I wonder if it's possible to match out the relationship for both Hana and Luke. It would seem to bring Luke's down separately. What would that do? But I didn't know what else to do. Though I know I shouldn't. Her warmth, her scent, they grounded me. She is intoxicating.
Marianne, what's going on? Oh, you're shaking like a leaf.
Tremors run through my body as soon as my mind realized I'm no longer in danger. I wanted to cry, scream about what I have seen, but like a scared child, I couldn't control myself. My mind couldn't reconcile with what I'd seen. I should just write it off as a figment of my imagination, yet I can still feel her nails cutting into my skin.
Are you sick? Should I call for a doctor?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Wright. Just feeling a little woozy and lightheaded is all.
Let's get you somewhere to sit down then. Come on, don't worry, I have you.
A lie. But a whole lot less complicated than telling her I was attacked by a dead girl. When the feelings of fear eases off, I feel nothing but shame for my actions. I quickly back away as I clear my throat and nod my thanks.
I think I've had enough looking around. If it's all right with you and Mr. Wright, I'll meet you outside.
If you're sure, I'll have the car started. Do you need assistance heading downstairs?
I'm all right, ma'am. Just go on ahead and I'll be right there.
It seems to placate her worries, though only for a brief second. Before she heads down, I don't miss the concerned glance she shoots my way, hidden quickly under another smile. I won't begrudge her for it, that worry. The look on my face must have been strange enough sight on its own. Even I am still reeling from it. From whatever that was. Her voice still whispers in my ear. After all these years, she's still... No, Marianne. Shaking my head of thoughts, I drag in a breath, then follow shortly after Mrs. Wright. Whatever happened in the past is long gone. Only memory is now. And those things I can no longer bring back. Nice. Happy ending to the day. It's already dark as we make our way out of the mansion. With no lights, we are only illuminated by the headlamps of the Wright's car and the stars up above us. The sight of them helps compose myself much more than several minutes of being alone did. The car's engine is running, yet the two still stand out on the lawn. Mrs. Wright is busy, eyes up to the stars. And Mr. Wright's arms crossed, had his eyes down on the ground. It is the crunch of the grass under my heels that brings their attention to me.
About time, what took you so long? A minute longer and I'd think the house swallowed you all up.
Don't say that.
Oh, hush, dear. I'm sure she has her reasons. Marianne doesn't seem the sort to idle.
Sorry, I was just checking on something important.
See, business is business and they take time, love. You should know that better than anyone. So, Marianne, what do you think? Are you the woman for the job? I know we already signed papers hiring you, but I want to be 100% sure that you are committed.
I glanced back towards the mansion, knowing what I had seen there. Or rather, who I thought I saw there, because there's just no way. Not to mention how I acted towards Mrs. Wright, for goodness sake. I should feel the slightest bit hesitant. I was lucky. I've seen enough films to know what happens when a promiscuous woman enters a haunted house. This is my chance to turn it down, make excuses, say that I'm not up to the task, that I need to take care of my old sick father. Just pay the fine, which is probably outrageous for a contract like this, and let it go. I should turn it down. But for some obstinate reason, I can't. In the same manner I haven't let go of her, of the regret that has shadowed me since that day. Much as I hate to admit it, even to myself, seeing her again, that mischievous glint in her eyes, the loose tendrils of her hair curled around her forehead. It's something I've terribly missed, and now that it's here, almost within arm's reach, my father would tell me, sometimes you simply have to go through with it. Consequences be damned. And well, I really don't have any logical reason to say no. At least not something a client like the Wrights would want to hear from a professional designer.
It's certainly an interesting project. You can be sure I'm seeing it through the end.
Stealing our resolve.
Such dedication! Oh, I do love the determination.
You were always determined like that, weren't you?
She's still talking. Hearing her voice again sends a chill running down my back. It's not a good sign. I can't wait for this day to be over. It's not just the day. Got a journey. New journal just dropped. Hot off the track. We got a nice picture of Lorraine. It's a pretty nice picture of Lorraine. Marianne examined the first floor upon... Or I wonder what happens if you don't examine the first floor, huh? You wouldn't get Lorraine. You'd get... Well, maybe you'd get her, but not through a mirror. Marianne examined the first floor upon arrival at the mansion. After a small talk with Hannah Wright, Marianne headed for the study. There she saw a ghost from her past reflected in the mirror. Despite that, she gave her word, and that she would see the project through to the end. From the mansion, and through Ansem, I rode with them in silence. But as soon as we hit city proper, I asked to be dropped off and bid them good night. I thought it would be best if I didn't stay too long in confined spaces with either Mrs. or Mr. Wright. Both seemed to cause me serious trouble, and if the project had been any less interesting or grand, I would have dropped it without a second thought. Would have, shouldn't have, won't. I assure them that my place isn't that far off, and I have to fight the urge to roll my eyes and groan when whiskey throws me a little smirk. Lol, good one. And we snoozing. But even in my own home, peace is elusive, as is sleep. I lie awake, thinking of what I saw in that mansion. Of who I saw. If so much as I hear a single whisper from her, if so much as to see a wisp of her hair, I'm afraid I'll go mad. But none of that happens, and it makes me feel hollow. For 2 nights I've had trouble sleeping, but it's only one morning when fatigue has already let me rest that I'm reminded of what terrifies me so. Yeah, so it's been 2 nights, right? Yeah. Okay, we're skipping this. Okay. And run. No, not yet. Yeah, this is when... Oh no, this isn't the assault thing. It's the night of the freaking party, dude. In my restless dreams, I see that mirror. The one in the study. The cursed mirror, dude. Hana saw Kyoko, you saw Lorraine. And in it, I see her. I see them. Lorraine and Hana. I mean, this is a... Oh, come on, bro. That's a cool freaking shot. That has to be thumbnail, right? That's so cool. We have lots of choices, huh? Hana and Lorraine.
Poor pathetic Marianne. Work.
Jesus. Take a look at that.
She'll work herself to death. See, she doesn't listen. That's all she did. Look at what happened to me.
They talk amongst themselves with cruel smiles and venomous tongues. Or rather, to themselves, 2 heads, 1 body. A horrible mockery of these women, as if they were one and the same.
More's the pity. Life goes on and goes out, and she doesn't even see it.
Do you think she'll even realize when she's kicked the bucket herself?
When they say a person had a hard time telling when they're in a dream, it was true often enough. Even with this bizarre sight, even with the obvious implications that this isn't real, I can't help but feel distress.
Likely. Is that any way to live at all? She might as well be dead.
Cruel fate that she's alive and I'm... well...
Though they speak into each other's ear, tones low and hushed, I can still hear them as clear as day. Their whispers pervade the air, heavy and oppressive. They dig and bury into my head like tiny maggots, worming their way into my skull. It is only then they take notice of my presence. Oh god. But also, kind of hot. I'm joking. Or am I? Eyes turn towards me as I can feel... And I can only feel small under their scrutiny. Caricature smiles etch on their faces, mimicking each other's grotesquely.
Oh, Marianne! How long have you been standing there, dearie?
Come join us, Marianne. We won't bite. Unless you ask, that is.
Have you been looking at us? Spying? How scandalous. Such a naughty girl.
Again, Curse, Coyote, you're doing a pretty bad job of making people help you.
I'm sure you were just waiting for something lewd to happen, weren't you?
You know she will not admit it. She thinks it wrong. You've said it so yourself.
Yes. She thought me wrong, impure, abnormal, because I loved her.
Oh god, the old face. My breath hitches and I open my mouth to protest, but they stop me screeching. The mirror that holds them cracks, lines spidering across its surface.
Do not lie. We know the gluttonous thoughts you try to deny, girl. All those desires you bury beneath that sickening guilt. You act the martyr when you turn the bed you lie in into your own hedonistic hell. You are nothing but a tainted soul with filth-stained flesh held together by falsehood and pride.
Jesus. They look livid. And it looks like they would lunge. But it's just a dream. I wait, feeling the wind that had been knocked out of me. With a groan, I squint and I find a certain fluff ball sitting on my chest, looking as pleased as Punch. She is the overlady of the cat, screen of despair, and the destruction of nice furniture. Though I can't stay mad at her majesty because it feels like she did something good this time. I was having a nightmare, but I can't even remember what it was about. Unlucky. It's a pretty spectacular nightmare. Penteritol leaves a terrible pit in my stomach. Maybe it's probably better that I just don't remember.
Good morning, Baruthiel. Who's the good kitty? Are you hungry? Is that why you woke me up?
A content purr comes from my sweet dear before she jumps off the bed and trots towards the kitchen. On the other hand, it takes me a bit more before I roll out of bed and start my day. Morning before work is always quite a quiet affair. Shower first, then a mug of coffee and a bowl of oats. Sometimes I do stretches and I always check my work email. The Wrights will be moving into the mansion today. I don't think the paperwork is officially done yet, but it isn't too far-fetched to think that they were allowed to start their move despite that. Rich people like them will always find ways to get what they want, after all.
I'll be leaving you again today, Beth. So you behave and make sure not to shred up my new covers, okay? And don't worry, I didn't forget tomorrow is Black Cat Day, so I'll throw you a party.
Nice.
But only if you behave like a proper lady.
She barely gives me a glance as I say that before going back to her own food. Cats, still better than humans, most of the time. Too bad I have to work with humans. The place is already busy as soon as I get there. The foreman, one that I've recommended to the Wrights for his work ethic, is early as usual. Already he's instructing men here and there with bigger loads. I have no chance to talk to him as Miss Wright appears and greets me with a smile.
Mrs. Wright, I hope everything has been to your liking thus far.
Good morning, Marianne. It has been delightful and these men have been very helpful. Look at all this. It's so busy here. I'm getting tired just looking at them go.
No complications so far with the movers or the previous owners of the mansion, I hope?
If anything, the only one being problematic is Luke, if I'm to be honest. He can be such a diva, but I do like that about him.
She stops looking up at the upper landing where Mr. Wright comes through with two other movers and the mirror from the study.
Oh, do be careful with that mirror. We wouldn't want anyone getting hurt because of broken glass.
Thank you for moving the mirror.
Why are you even having it carried around?
Oh? You did say you didn't want the mirror, and I keep getting distracted by it.
Uh-huh.
If I'm going to turn the study into my office, I'd rather not have it there.
Nice.
Where can we put this?
Well, you are not putting it in our room. Why don't you go, I don't know, put it in the wine cellar for now? We can figure out if we'll store it in the attic or somewhere else later, yes?
You heard her, boys. To the cellar it goes. Mush.
Mush. The cursed cellar with the cursed mirror. You're making it double cursed. I don't know if that's a good idea. God damn. Go away. We've had enough mirror stuff this episode. The movers bring down the mirror one step at a time, no matter how much the man tells them to hurry. An unsettling feeling grows in my stomach as I see our reflection in the bloody thing. And I look away, not wishing to risk anything. If I see Lorraine's image within the mirror now, I wouldn't know what to do. I don't have the luxury of privacy right now, and I'm not going to break down in front of all these people. Okay. Worked out. Mrs. Wright only shakes her head and laughs at her husband's antics as they take the mirror out of here. He's back and at it again soon enough, pointing the man here and there. I'd say he's the man with the plan, but it sort of interferes with the layout and design that we've agreed upon before. I'm about to point it out, but...
It's better you let him realize his mistakes on his own, rather than tell him of them. That way you do not get blamed for his actions. It is more fun, too, to tell him, how does they say it? I told you so, once he slips up.
Been working with him long enough to know that, huh?
It's not like I plan to make too much of a fuss unless what he changes is actually crucial.
It happens often enough, when one is made to accompany him nearly all hours of the day.
Up, higher. Come on now.
Still, he could at least be less pushy about things.
Careful now. I know your pictures are framed by cheap plastic, but those are framed by African Blackwood and are one-of-a-kind commissioned paintings.
True.
Each one is easily worth a lifetime of what you lot make.
Jesus. It is surprising how hands-on he is compared to my usual clientele. Well, the both of them are, actually. It's refreshing to have them participate despite their initial reluctance.
Luke, do the dishwashers go into the kitchen or the butler's pantry?
Pantry, Buttercup.
I remember this scene, I think.
Careful, that's Emma.
Yeah, just from Hanu's perspective.
No, you there, put that down. You, manhandle a Napoleon Abueva.
I don't even know what that is, dude. Abueva. He really needs to tone down the dramatics a notch. Miss Wright and the butler look like they're used to it by now. But the rest of us, well...
Sweetie, why don't we go and sort your suits upstairs? Let your Hans and Marianne and the foreman deal with the rest of the work.
We have this, Mrs. Wright.
Yes, please do go before a blood vessel bursts. Bloodstains are so troublesome to clean.
There's an obvious sense of relief as Mr. Wright is straight out of the room, leaving the movers to do their work in peace. Some grumbling even comes from some of the younger workers. Oh, dude, is that why? Dude, I just realized something. Is that why, we hear the crying from the cellar? Because freaking the mirror's down there? That'd be interesting. It made sense with the timeline if we look at it. Since we're on the 26th. Oh, so it's not the party day? I was lying. But now that I remember... Yeah. This is the first crying woman part. And they bring the mirror down to the cellar. Woo! We're getting somewhere. Some grumbling even comes from some of the younger workers. It's a good thing the family butler isn't some blindly loyal tool to his boss, or there will be trouble with Mr. Wright.
He is such a bratwurst. Whiny baby who never got enough hugs from his mutter.
Yeah.
Probably lost in translation, and not that I'm condoning talking about someone else behind their back, but I think you meant to call Mr. Wright a horrible brat.
Well, here's that too. There are a lot of things I can call him, but I mean to say that he is a big weenie. A childish name for a childish person. Like a child, he whines when he doesn't get what he wants, and he breaks the toys that he has.
That gets a laugh from me as well as a few of the movers who linger near. He and I carry boxes instructing the movers where they should be and generally taking over Mr. Wright's work. It goes off without a hitch, And the man is helpful, efficient, and capable with physical labor despite his clean-cut appearance. A gentleman to boot, taking boxes for me when he sees me straddling with them. Speaking of boxes...
Hey, one of the boxes for the kitchen is missing. Has anyone seen it? The one with the pots and the knives.
Not the knives, dude.
The Bratwurst had it brought upstairs, thinking it was for the attic.
Why would he... Oh, never mind. I'll go get it.
That's a little weird. Nah. This is a great place to stop, because it's actually a good idea to have the scares in the beginning, because it kind of wakes you up since we always play late at night. That was a good episode, dude. Lots of CGs. You love to see CGs, man. I always love to see CGs in visual novels. But yeah, that's it for now. We had some fun Marianne backstory. Meeting Lorraine Ghost. Getting some cool CGs. What more can you ask for a letter session? But thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. And next time we will see what's up with the adage. It's weird that I feel like potential theory that Luke is a killer or something. I don't know, it seems weird. But anyways, we'll check it out next time. Thanks for watching, bye!